Welcome back!
Welcome back!
Welcome back.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
We could form a band, guys.
Strange. Reading any PDTs in your area?
So what part are we at in this game?
Well, what does that question mean?
Well, I didn't want to talk anymore about starting a band with you.
Because you're creepy as fuck and the only other person alive on the ship.
He's the villain, by the way. Or at least who we are led to believe is the villain, which, as far as I know, is the villain. I don't know if it's going to be some weird twist or not. But this is...
Too many pauses in the dialogue.
There are a lot of pauses in the dialogue.
Yeah.
I've actually come to find that sometimes the dialogue can kind of feel like a burden in this game, if only because it takes a long time to get through it. There's also no way to skip it. Which, I've died here many times, and had to listen through the dialogue many times.
Oh, jeez.
It's one of those little things, but...
Knew my name. Could he help us?
John, this is happening because of him. He did all of this.
This is all too much for me to... Just a school teacher.
I like the audio for those guns disappearing. It's pretty cool. It's a nice sound.
So speaking of guns.
Speaking of guns, let's grab some soda.
Alright. Soda guns!
Even though we know that there are turrets in these floor panels. God, I love Juca-Cola.
That really sounds like there's a person inside of that vending machine.
Oh my. Okay.
Juca-Cola. It's
You
good
know-
that they made that really annoying. Its noises are really annoying because,
Because it makes you really happy to let it die.
exactly.
That was actually exactly what I was about to say. And that opened up a little panel on the floor.
Oh my.
Here's the dead body of a guy, just, you know.
What? Why is he down here? Or in whatever? In, up, down?
It's
Yeah,
funny
the same.
because he actually does have a PDA that explains that he had to go down here for some like maintenance and then he got stuck and then he was like, well, at least I can control my death because I have a pistol and one bullet.
Alright. Alright, come on.
So
You can
actually,
make it.
this part of the game starts getting interesting because each of the PDAs have a... Actually, I'm going to pull it up. So this is frustrating if only because you move really, really slowly. And there are two things designed... Well, I can at least say there's one thing design-wise that makes it interesting. But before I get to that, I want to point out this... what is it? A notice and reports. So all of the PDAs from this point on are going to have this thing that say, hey, these monsters are using our, what are they called? Like our ID things that are like implanted in our bodies to get past, the personal data tags, to get past security. So everybody needs to get those removed because we're no longer letting those through any areas in the ship.
Huh.
Which changes everything about the future areas going forward. But it's good because they reinforce that message because it's on every PDA. So it makes it a lot more likely that we're going to see it. And this soda can, we're just going to... No, we're not going to drink it. We're going to go ahead and break the gun with it.
Interesting.
Oh, or I'm going to... Oh, did I do it? Okay, I did do it. He literally just cracks it open and spills it on it. So it's like, ah!
So soda beats gun?
Apparently, soda beats computer, which beats gun.
But it also beat the gun because soda vending machine beat gun. And then the soda
That's
finished
true.
off the gun.
That's true.
An interesting version of rock, paper, scissors.
So what I was going to say about crawling through that area, design-wise, it's interesting, if only because we're forced to move really slowly. And while that's frustrating for the player, it does introduce one good thing, and that is that it creates a scenario in which you should feel panicked because suddenly, if something happens, you cannot escape quickly. So design-wise, in a horror game, at least, it makes perfect sense why that exists.
Oh yeah.
My only issue with that scene, or that room, was that I feel it was underutilized. I think they really could have had something that, drove the fear into the player in that moment.
Yeah,
And
fair.
it just wasn't there.
Missed opportunity.
Yep. I feel like there's a lot of those in this game, though, unfortunately. The longer I've played this game, the more I feel like there isn't much that actually happens that isn't already player-driven. Like, pretty much whenever we die, it's because
you messed
we
up.
chose something that was obviously stupid.
Yeah. It's not like it wasn't skill-based in the least bit, or even luck-based. It was fixed.
Right, exactly. And even like when that giant monster chased us out of the room, we had no control in that moment. It actually was purely cinematic.
That's true.
So, I mean, removing the player from those actions, I think, is a huge missed opportunity because suddenly, instead of looking at this game with a sense of stress, suddenly we don't really have to worry about anything. I actually started picking up the behavior of just casually playing through the game and not really caring about things, because even when you die, the consequences don't really exist. There are no consequences, other than restarting a scene earlier.
From the room,
Yeah, exactly.
that's not much of a consequence.
No.
No, but I mean that's not what the game is about. It ultimately it's a click and point adventure with puzzle themes. It just turns out in this one, when you fail the puzzle, you die.
Yes. I do kind of wish, though, that they did utilize the horror element a little bit more, because I felt that's what made this game particularly unique. And it's certainly not the only horror point-and-click game, but it's one of the few that I've seen done this well. With good art and good sound and just a good setting in general.
Definitely.
Back. It's been cut up.
Of course! They must have manually removed the PDTs. That's why the security systems were reset in medical.
Oh, bodies. The bodies in the crew quarters. They were skinned. Creatures were using the PDTs to move through secure areas.
Must have realised what was going on.
So for me to get to the lower decks,
You have to remove your tag.
remove?
Perhaps electric shock. No, that wouldn't work. John? This is the only surefire way.
What are you saying?
Cut your head off.
Surgery punch, you're already programmed to remove it.
Didn't work out so well for this poor woman.
It's the only way, unless you space jump between decks.
This is surgery.
John, prep the pod.
Just do it.
Yep. So this part of the game, when I played this on my own, it took me quite a while to figure out what to do, because there are a lot of components.
Well, he did say it's surgery.
Well, it's not even the surgery itself. Just finding the things you need takes a lot of time and poking around, and I seriously went back and forth through rooms way more than I would have hoped for. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, this is kind of for you too, Eddie. Did you notice the thunder sounds?
I did.
I don't really... So, there are a lot of rooms with simulated environments, and they have little, like, digital panels that are like, hey, this is a peaceful forest.
Okay.
I thought it was a bit strange that there was a thunderstorm kind of sound. I mean, does it not feel out of place to you?
It did. Are we not in space right now?
We are in space.
We're floating,
Like,
right?
100% in space.
You 100% sure? Because
Yeah. Are you like
they were headed to Titan when they got picked up.
Yeah.
That's true. I suppose
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about that while you were in that room, but I figured that the ship did in fact land somewhere and it's just storming it.
But there is still one more point to bring up, is that even if we're on a planet, which one is it, and does it actually have storms that sound like this?
I mean,
That's true.
it's obviously a fake planet. So it could have storms like that.
I
Well,
suppose, yeah.
is-
I mean, why would you, it?
Well, he's saying terraformed, like,
Oh, I see.
which would
I mean-
which would make a lot of sense. So
I wouldn't put that past a fake planet in a video game to have dynamic.
actual
Yeah.
atmosphere and weather.
Yeah.
and- yeah. I get
That's fair. Also,
blood and tissue.
we get to grab a nice handful of gore.
All clean.
It's interesting too because when we first went over there, they had the moment which we kind of talked over where he
Oh,
was
you know?
freaking out about it.
So, they have landed somewhere, I think so, and with the thunderstorm going on, when you just switch between rooms right there, it was in the middle of playing a thunderstorm sound effect and it just cut off.
Oh, did it really?
it went
There's
into
no
a different
transition.
Yeah, it should have.
It should have transitioned.
Yeah, it should have just continued to go on through the because there wasn't really a load screen; it was just transitioning through rooms, so it should have just continued on.
Yeah,
but instead it did get cut off.
I'm honestly surprised that the audio did get cut off because there are moments in this game where I think the audio does transition through scenes. So I don't know. Maybe it's the way that they have the ambient sound set up to where it can't do that. Or maybe I'm just crazy. I mean, really, it could be any of those. So this is one part of the surgery that I really didn't understand is that there's an organic receptacle where we just have to put those mashed up body parts in here. Don't really understand why you need that for surgery, but, you know, future technology.
Wait, another
Harvesting
thing I
the
want to
organic
point out with that lightning storm is the lights are flashing. So those are windows. So what does it look like outside?
Well, that's why I was saying there's a lot of simulated environments, and there's usually little digital panels that are like, peaceful forest, or like,
So you
water.
think that it could be that, but at the same
But if it
time,
is, why would they have that?
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. Before we end the episode too, I do want to talk about, so this mashed up gore, I had to, so I knew that this was an organic receptacle, right? And obviously I pick up that gore from that wall to put in here. The very, very confusing step in the process is that I have to actually take it, put the gore on this table, take the pistol, and smash it up before I can put it in there. That seriously took me maybe like 50 minutes to figure out just because of how like counterintuitive that is.
Because you're gonna look at it and be like, well, I'm not gonna shoot the gore, so why would I use the pistol?
And it's, so far, I have found no other really good use for the pistol other than that.
Other than using it as a damn hammer.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I mean, it's empty, right? They specify it's empty, so obviously you're not going to be able to shoot with it, but it's a very interesting choice, I think. But anyway, that's all for this
I
episode.
like it.
I think I like it because it's clever in some regards.
Yeah.
I think it's only frustrating because of there isn't much. I think the step that really bothered me was that I had to put the gore on the table. I couldn't just combine it in my inventory like I can do with other things.
Yeah, okay.
Another slight inconsistency with the interface.
Exactly, because when I get to those points where I'm like, I don't know what to do, and I just start combining everything in my inventory, then it becomes less.
That's just boring. For the specific room that puzzle was, put it on the table, hit it with a.
It's
pistol.
boring, but the reason why it's important to be able to do that is because if you're stuck,
Yeah.
that's your way of being able to just try things and figure it out.
Fair.
When it doesn't work like that, I literally had to run through rooms multiple times before I was like, what do I do with this gore? How do I refine this?
It's fun to get it switched up on you though sometimes.
It really comes down to the fact that it had to be on that specific surface.
I liked it.
Hey guys. See you in the archives.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Look at my fucking
Can't
cat.
see the cat.
Fucking adorable cat. Look at that cat. Oh my god, she's so cute.
I see a windowsill and a piece of shit.
She's right. Fucking hey.
Oh.